Welcome to the Deucecast Extra, the continued saga that is Yellowstone. The third season of Yellowstone and episode 7. Really, we are down to just a few episodes remaining.
Yes, man. This was a full episode. There was a lot going on.
Yes, there was definitely a lot going on. This is one of those episodes that they are really starting to attempt to let you know what is going to happen for the remainder of the season, and maybe on into the next season. I mean, there is so much to unpack, so we'll try and take it slowly here. The episode kind of starts as most of them start now, with Rip and Beth hanging out. And what's up, Garrison? Garrison joined us. I don't even think Garrison watches Yellowstone, but I appreciate the support, brother.
We missed Garrison.
That's right. I hope all is well on your end. But with where we are with Beth and Rip, it's come to this point where it might be time to make the relationship official, right?
Yes.
So we're
there.
We get to a really great scene, and it's one I just want to go ahead and talk about right off the beginning, just because it involves Kevin Costner, and anything that involves Kevin Costner is special to me, especially when he is this good in this particular scene with Kelly Riley. So John and Beth have a moment around the fire, which there's a lot of that goes along in the Dutton family, where they're having a poignant moment around the fire.
This is a lot of fireside chats this episode.
a lot of fireside chats, exactly. And so John basically asks Beth, do you love him? Do you want to spend your life with him? Because he's basically like, Rip is not going
to ask.
He's not going to ask. He's not going to ask me to allow him to have your hand in marriage. And just like Melissa says, I mean, Kevin Costner is great in this scene, and it was a really, really heartwarming scene. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. And
I think I actually got tears on this scene.
I did. Well, Costner does that to me anyways. I've talked about it so many times on the Deucecast. That one scene in Man of Steel where he's talking, Paul Kent's talking to a young Clark Kent about being, him being his, "You are my son." That just, oh man, Kevin Costner. I don't care what Dave says. Kevin Costner's the best actor ever.
He's good. He's good.
he's
good. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's a good actor. He's a strong, solid, and he can bring the emotion.
He has a couple of really good scenes in this particular episode.
He brings the A game.
Really, really good moments. And so he basically tells Beth, "Look, you're going to have to ask. You're going to have to ask Rip. You're going to have to be the one to do it, and I give you permission." She's like, "Daddy, do you think it's okay?" You know how she does. Calls him Daddy.
He does the daddy.
Which is funny because she's such like a hard-nosed woman in most aspects of her life, but when it comes to her relationship with her father, she really just sort of reverts back to like childhood in a way. And what's up, Roth in Wyoming, hanging out tonight. Also, we got a good crew. Our solid crew here, all three of them.
I like it.
No, it's great. I mean, Yellowstone's a great show. I'm surprised more people aren't watching it. I think there's a lot of people watching it, but I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, because we're so used to seeing that particular character, Beth, be just really like hardcore. And this season especially, we have seen a different side of Beth.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm glad they adjusted her character a little bit. It was just,
I think it's good. It's good to show a more,
right?
Yeah, it should be. It's a more rounded character now. I mean, I think it's better this way. And so from there, a lot of other crazy stuff happens. What was one of your favorite storylines that they followed in this one?
Oh man, so much. Yeah, that's a drop. I mean, I guess the other thing I'd say, I really liked how John says he really regrets that she didn't feel comfortable coming to tell him about that situation, right? Doesn't he sort of say that? And you can just feel that, like, I just feel so, because you can tell that's eating him up, that he feels so bad that she didn't feel like she could have brought that to him.
Right.
Like that situation with the,
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
And just he felt terrible about that. I mean, that whole scene got me. I don't know that.
Mm-hmm. No, it was a great way to start the episode.
Oh, it was. I think. Gosh, so much good stuff this episode. Of course, just Rip. It was kind of like Rip's no good, horrible day. He
right.
He gets in this car with Jimmy, and then these bunkhouse floozies, or like whatever they are. No, I don't know. They're not that.
Barrel runners.
These barrel racers, right?
Yeah.
Trouble. And so what's her name? Mia, I think.
Yeah.
The actor's name is Eden Brolin, I think. But anyway, she hops in the back, and dude, some of that is just so awesome because, like, he's like, Jimmy, when we get home, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was classic Rip moment.
So I like that sort of lighter, I mean, obviously, yeah. And she's just back there chatting away, and let's listen to this song. And he's like, "Oh, really?" Because it's like, I don't know. So I like to get to see Rip's. What's the actor's name again? I just totally blanked on his name.
Oh gosh, I did too. Brolin? No.
He plays Rip. Cole Hauser.
Yeah.
You can see Cole Hauser do a lot. So this episode, I really felt like he got a lot of growth here. Yeah, and Jacob says, and I did love that line. So what are we going to listen to? And he's like, the air conditioning. You'll have to use that. You'll have to use that when you go on a car trip with your kids.
Your typical cowboy line there.
Royal, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And said we needed some levity, and I agree with that. That was a great scene. I like the. I like the ending. Where now I don't know if we want to jump all the way to this yet, because I'm trying to. There's parts in between I'm forgetting. I guess there's meeting of Beth with that Indian.
Yeah, we finally see them meet up and start to plan sort of their. Well, I mean, it's not really planning, but she's like, we're going to have to play dirty. And Beth's like, I live in that. I mean, so, Beth understands that she is going to have to team up with this woman, and they're going to have to fight against that company to save that land, basically. Yeah. One of the other storylines that it's just more continuation of Casey in this new role as the livestock commissioner. That
was intense.
It was intense. I don't necessarily think that was super important to the overall story, other than just to continue to show that he's having to go down this path of getting involved in having to murder a guy, and that's something that he was trying to get away from in his life. Well, no, it was, but the fact that he had to pull the trigger, I mean, and it was,
and then he had a daughter,
right? And then there was the daughter there, witnessing her father getting killed. Basically, it is just horrific. But it's just, I think that Casey, unfortunately, is going to have a rough go of it the rest of this season. I mean, just based upon how they continue to show what he's having to deal with in this new role, that he didn't want anything to do with the livestock commissioner role. He wanted nothing to do with it because of the position. It's a powerful position, and he really just wanted to stay with the head of the bunkhouse and just worry about that type of stuff. And
we're getting there, Jacob. Hang on.
I'm just worried that that it's going to be an unraveling, because he's come so far in the last 2 seasons to survive through the PTSD of being in the military and just all that he has to deal with. And I think this is just showing an unraveling in that character. And so I which is a bummer because I like Casey a lot, but
I don't know if I'd go that. I mean, I think Casey is still the good son. I mean, I think
he's the good
I wouldn't be
son.
surprised if they adopt this little girl. Because it was a theme of like bad fathers running through this whole episode.
No, sure. Yes, that's right.
And bad fathers and good fathers, I think, was one of the themes. So let's get into the adoption thing because everybody's like,
"Man, that was a
bombshell.
That was a major revelation that I had no idea was coming. I mean, because I don't go and read any of the spoilers or anything on Reddit or anything like that, so I had no idea that was coming. So that was insane.
It makes sense, though. It makes sense.
It does, yeah.
Knowing is sort of, but man, yeah. So him to go down there and find that out like that must have just been devastating for Jamie. And
well. It worries me because
now
he feels disconnected in a way, even though
it's Loki from the Avengers,
Yeah, even though the reality is that John raised him as his son, and we have a really great moment between John and Jamie again, fireside chat.
That was amazing, yeah.
But it's one of those situations where John was like, look, you can either stay or go. Your real father is a complete scumbag. I raised you as my son. He used this whole weird allegory about bulls and cows and stuff that I was like, that's a weird allegory to use when you're talking about.
He sold it. He sold it.
Sold it, but it was a weird allegory to use. But that's an interesting theory that Roth in Wyoming has about that guy, the old guy that's running with the bison. It could be Jamie's father. That's an interesting theory. I like that. I like that theory.
That's right, because he's not dead, right?
No,
he's killed with a shower head.
Mm-hmm. Wow, exactly. And then and Costner hates this, or John Dutton hates this guy's guts.
That scene in the diner.
Right? He hates this guy's guts.
Mentioned that.
And something bad must have happened in the past, and that would make a lot of sense if it was that. Like, the dad's an utter scumbag, basically.
Say something about getting out of prison, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was like, "You weren't supposed to ever come back," that type of thing. I mean, why did you come back here? So
I hope that's not the case because that would be too easy. But I think it is going to be the case.
Right. But here's what inevitably would happen. Again, this is complete speculation, but
Jacob said that too about the old guy getting out of jail. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think John is probably going to end up having to kill this guy at some point, and then that's going to put Jamie over the edge. You killed my real dad, even though he was a scumbag. And then, Jamie in the powerful position that he's in now could easily flip on the Duttons. I mean, and it just
he could sell them out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he could easily sell them out at this point. I mean, and it's just laying the groundwork, planting those seeds for the groundwork.
It's going to be a 2-season arc. Like I'm hoping they're going to.
I hope so, because
cliffhanger with this whole Jamie making a decision. Maybe you're right. Maybe he's going to kill the old guy. He's going to find out that was his real dad. Because now, I feel like when Jamie's left on the couch, I think there's a chance for redemption for Jamie to understand this might, that may be your father, but I've been your daddy boy. What does he say?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the truth, though. I mean, you raised him.
Daddy boy. What do they say?
He raised him as a
son.
son.
The Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
He may be. No. What does Jacob say here?
He said he rewound and the names don't match on the arrest sheet or whatever, but that, they could still make it work. They could still make it work.
True. That may be the case. I mean, I think it'd be more interesting for him to go like search for this guy and find him in jail.
Yeah.
And it'd be just some other situation, but it would play out interesting if this guy is his dad,
right?
And he comes looking for Jamie, and bam, kill, whatever. I mean, John takes him down, and then, although I don't know if John, I don't know.
I don't think John would hesitate on pulling the trigger on that guy. He hates that guy's guts. So I mean,
now he did try to. I will say he did try to let some peace. He said, this is kind of silly for us to hold on to these old feuds. And that old guy was like, whatever his name is, I don't even know what the guy's name is.
He was like, well, that's all that I have to live for. Or something. That's all he has to live for now is the feuds. But yeah, I mean, and Josh Holloway, his character wasn't even in this episode at all. And so
you're right.
I think that again, and I think we talked about this last week. You don't hire an actor like Josh Holloway to just have him on one season. So I think you're right. I think this is
going to go.
This is going to carry on into season 4 because really it's which is good. Yeah, and it's already greenlit. I mean, we know we're getting to season 4, and because the simple fact is, I mean, there's only 3 episodes left. I think we established that August 23rd or something like that is the season finale, or close to that, whatever that last or second
3 episodes.
Yeah, there's only maybe 3 episodes left. Maybe that last episode will be a 2-hour thing, but I mean, it's one of those things where they try and wrap these up before the fall starts. They've done that every summer. They've tried to wrap it up.
It's going to be this year, we don't know, but
yeah. But I like it. I mean, I like the I like.
And then Beth proposing to Rip.
Yep, that's kind of a good thing there. I saw some really, and I hate going to these like speculation sites, but one of them thinks that Rip's not going to make it through the season, and I'm like, oh man, that would be brutal. That would send.
She'll go really dark.
She'll go dark again. I mean, she'll go back to being really dark. But I'd hate to see that because I think Cole Hauser has been great for the
character.
Yeah, I'd hate to see that character. I mean, there is going to be tragedy at some point with the Duttons. I mean, there's been a lot of tragedy already, obviously. I mean, he's already lost his wife, one other son. I mean, that's right, Roth. He better make it through. I agree. But again, with all these type of dramatic shows, I mean, something like that is going to happen at some point where a character that we have come to really love is going to bite the dust.
I'm not so sure, dude. If Rip finds out that Jamie killed his baby and had Beth sterilized, I don't think Jamie would be able to. He's not going to make it off the Earth, dude. He'd have to get on the next SpaceX shuttle to get away from Rip. He's going to have to find a way to. Rip's gonna rip him limb from limb, dude. That's
yeah. I mean,
but I could see some confrontation like that, and he shoots him or something, blows Rip away. Oh man, I think that would be.
Well, we know Jamie has it in him to murder somebody since he did last season. He murdered that reporter, which we did. Nothing really ever came from that. Like they never really.
Well, they buried it, right?
I mean,
Rip helped him cover up the body.
No, sins of the past will come.
Something hanging out there, though.
Yeah, sins of the past. Rip took him to that special place where he throws the people over the cliff. that play.
Well, and that's the thing. Like with some of these, I mean, like there's so many people getting killed, and I was like, surely there's not like. I mean, I understand turning a blind eye to some things. Maybe Jacob could tell us that's the way the West works or something. I don't
know.
Yeah. And Melissa says she's dying laughing, thinking about a space travel.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, it's going to be there. I mean, Elon Musk and Jamie, they're going to go together.
They're going to hang out. Yeah. So we've really only got, like we said, possibly 3 episodes left of the season to tie up some of these storylines. I mean, I think the one that we're probably going to tie up at least this season is the adoption storyline. I think that will, and then I think the storyline with this bison rancher guy that'll get tied up. I think the only one that's probably really going to go into next season is the market equities storyline. I mean, I don't think we're really going to. We'll tie everything out, and the market equity storyline will continue, so we can have more Josh Holloway. I mean,
here's one thing I want to talk. So she's proposed to Rip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit worried that Beth is going to feel like she needs to seduce Josh Holloway at some point, and that Rip's going to find out, and it's going to break up that relationship's going to get fractured.
Who knows? I mean,
but just for like a couple of, maybe into next season.
Yeah,
I could be totally wrong about that, but.
Well, no, I mean, again, it's just they've had those 2 moments together, where he's been out on the river, and they've been kind of flirty. I mean, in a way,
I don't know. I don't know if she could ever see him as a
no. Well, no, that's an enemy. I mean, that's her enemy is that character, and so it's one that I think that she'll do what she has to. And if that involves having to pretend like she's falling for the guy or whatever, she'll do it. I mean, because she'll do whatever it takes to play dirty. I mean,
Jacob and Melissa. Now Melissa's worried it's going to get some sloppy, too many plot lines hanging loose. But Jacob says, have faith in the Sheridan. So
that's right. No, yeah, Taylor Sheridan. Yeah, he's got a game plan for where this whole series is going to go. I mean, and however many seasons it's going to be, there's an end game here.
There might be several of these plot lines that go into next season.
No, there could be. I mean, I just think that it's easy, especially the Bison guy. I mean, that's an easy storyline. You could wrap that up. You could almost even wrap up the adoption storyline. The Jamie being adopted and he finds the dad. I mean, that'd be kind of one. But you're right. That could go on into next season.
I think that's going to go. My personal feeling is that might go further.
Yeah.
Unless they. But I mean, I'll say this: there was a lot that happened in this episode. Like a lot, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a lot of plot movement in one episode," So,
yeah, I mean, and again with Casey, I think that the intention of them even showing this whole particular stuff that happened in this episode, I just think it's showing that he's again back in a situation that he doesn't want to be in. It's almost like he's being forced to be in a position of power, like in the military, for example, and doing things that he doesn't necessarily want to have to be doing, and it's going to affect him in a really negative way.
I think he's going to end up doing what his dad does and adopt this girl.
Right. I mean
that's a prediction. I don't know. The girl that was he felt really bad about killing.
I would have liked
dad. Maybe not.
I would have liked to have seen that sort of hinted at a little bit in this episode, rather than just showing the poor girl there with her dead father. I would have liked to have shown him going up to the girl, and it was kind of weird the way they left that scene. I mean, because it kind of just was like, okay, we just saw that. That's horrible.
Yeah, there's going to be more. There's going to be more.
I hope so.
Melissa's saying here, and I think there's going to be a Josh Lucas flashback, where John Duff is played by Josh Lucas, and we're going to see that other guy, the gnarly nosed guy, whatever his name is,
the Bison guy.
The Bison guy. Yeah. And they're going to have we're going to see them as younger people and understand what the feud is now. Maybe they're going to do a flashback about Jamie's situation.
Yeah. No, I mean that actor does seem to be quite a bit older than Kevin Costner. I don't know if maybe just the years have been hard on that other guy, but
he looks like a real cowboy. He looks like a real
right. He looks like a legit, like a legit guy. I need to look up that actor's name to see who that guy is, because that's an interesting storyline to me. I mean, I just don't. I still don't see the end game. So it would be good, like Roth is saying, to have it be of more importance and have that guy be
shocking how bad the other livestock is.
Yeah. So no, I would love to see Josh Lucas in it more because I like him as a younger John Dutton. I've liked any time that they've done flashback scenes. I thought that has
He's
been
rocking the stash, man. He's got
yeah. I thought that's been some really good. I like Josh Lucas. He's one of those actors that sort of pops up here and there, and he's always really good in everything that he's in. So I hope that
I feel like he got eclipsed by Bradley Cooper. Like he was kind of at neck and neck, and then
right.
Cooper took his roles.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Anyway, that's a whole other story.
Well, you got any closing comments on episode 7?
I mean, I think just some great acting, like from Costner and from, is it Mary Riley that plays Beth?
Kelly Riley.
Kelly Riley. Mary Riley's a movie with, Kelly Riley, and then Wes Bentley. I think Wes Bentley doesn't often get credit sometimes, but I think those scenes were really strong and powerful. The adoption scene, and then him talking with her about her abortion situation, and then sterilization, I guess we should say.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just a solid episode. A lot of things happening. Like this was a big motion episode.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. Also, I mean the Kevin Costner stuff. I always look for more scenes with Kevin Costner. I like all the other characters fine. Like Cole Hauser a lot.
The Cole Hauser scenes are great. Yeah.
I'm still really disturbed by the old man and the young lady having that relationship in the bunkhouse there.
Is it Lloyd? Is it
Lloyd or whatever? I still don't get it.
I don't know. Anyway,
we need a woman's perspective, Melissa. That the old guy hooking up with the young barrel rider.
Got the touch there.
That's right. It's an interesting dynamic there. But I'm sure that actor's loving that. Melissa's like, that's right, Melissa. Gross. I agree with Melissa. It's gross. That's right.
The big question is, will Jimmy rodeo again or not?
Oh, and that's the other. Okay, we need to mention that. I mean,
Lloyd and Laramie. That was her name. Is her name Laramie?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a stupid name.
Dude, that's a city in. Isn't that a town in Wyoming?
I guess so. Yeah.
Dude, please do not insult the West.
It's a stupid name. No, but so Rip. That's one right. thing we forgot. That Rip moment with oh crap, his name just slipped my mind. The guy that fell off, Jimmy. So right. he takes him to this I guess he calls it a business rodeo. He said there's like the professional and then the business side. So he takes him to like this expert. He sees this like kid. That's right, Rob. He takes him and he sees this kid just destroy this horse that they're trying to sell. Just like this kid had no problem doing
that's apparently a real rodeo family. Like that
right.
I watched the In the Bunkhouse thing, and they were talking about how the guy they first met, and then that kid.
Yeah.
Is dude, don't be insulting Laramie, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
I was just insulting that's a dumb name for a character. That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying the city was dumb.
All right. I'm sorry, man. You've lost all of
I know. I've lost all goodwill. But anyways, so that was an important scene because basically Rip was like, look, I mean, this is not an industry that you need to be in. I mean,
you're not even near the big leagues is what he's saying.
That's Garrison, that's funny. But anyways, so it's just more sort of downtrodden Jimmy. You know, it's Jimmy can never. Yeah, exactly. He's got this budding relationship, but then he also wants to be in the rodeo and is basically from all ends, from John, from Rip, telling him, don't do this. So just this is not an industry that you need to be in.
So he's going to do it.
And like this is exactly right, Melissa. It was his come to Jesus moment. Like Rip was like, look, this is the reality. This is the business side of the industry, and these people are way better than you can ever be. That's a good storyline we almost forgot. I mean, I think that's I don't know much more like what Jimmy's purpose is, but yeah, I mean,
I don't know. They're trying to give those bunkhouse guys some story.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Even that one guy who's now a livestock guy. He's the one who got shot in the chest.
Oh man, how about that scene? Good grief. Both those guys getting shot like almost dead on with a shotgun and
the other dude having all that glass in his
arm. Dude, that was a brutal scene.
Night in the ER right there.
That is a long night in the ER. So, anyways,
all that glass.
Well, okay. Well, we're going on 30 minutes. That's usually when we like to wrap it up. So, check us out on, of course, the Deucecast movie show where we talk about movies, all genres. We're about to release an epically long Reflections episode for Wednesday, so you guys can look forward to that.
Ridiculously long.
And we're proud members of the retrozap.com podcasting network. So please check real quick. Is that a medically accurate outcome? Melissa wants to know.
Which one?
The glass and all that stuff all over that guy. Is he going to be able to make it?
Are you talking about the one guy who's knocked to the ground or the one who had
like with the shotgun?
I mean, they'll both be fine. They'll both make it.
Like, just put a Band-Aid on it. I mean, whatever. So, Roth, it's a long one. Yeah, it's a long one.
The outcome is promising.
Promising. Yeah, they'll be fine.
They're getting their salary check for the next script, so they'll.
Yeah. The Reflections episode is an epic one. You'll like it, Roth.
Yeah.
So anyways, the other thing with YouTube, please, the best thing you can do on YouTube is subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. Like this episode, share this episode. It'll help us to continue to get noticed on YouTube as best we can. We're still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do with it. We have officially.
We're wearing blue shirts.
I know we're both wearing blue shirts for whatever. I don't know why we did that, but we're probably going to take a little break in September. But we have officially decided, and it probably won't be just Earl and I, that we will be doing this for Mandalorian season 2.
Ooh.
So
am I going to get to be on that too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's for sure us. But then Dave will probably want to jump in on that also, and whoever else.
Maybe we should get Rhett in on the mix for that one.
No, they don't deserve Rhett. No, I'm just kidding. No, Rhett, you can't see Rhett might say something inappropriate. We can't just let him be on a live. This is live, Earl. This is we can't let Rhett just be untethered on YouTube. It's not a good look for Rhett. That's not so. So yeah, I think that the rumor is October 7th is the premiere of Mandalorian season 2. So we will do that. Maybe should we do a rewatch of season 1 in September and do this for that? I don't know. We could take a break. That's the thing.
I don't mind doing that if you want.
Let's do that. We got to keep the content going. So let's do that. So as soon as season 3 of Yellowstone is over at the end of the month, we will do a Mando season 1 recap. Maybe we could like Roth is saying, maybe we can talk about the season 2 trailer of Mandalorian that should be coming out pretty soon, and
that's amazing.
And then we'll do week by week like we're doing for season 2 of the Mandalorian. So yeah, that's it. That'll give us good content through at least October, and then we'll figure out maybe one of the Marvel shows will come out.
We have to revisit Werner Herzog. Werner.
This is true. We have to, this will be like my 5th rewatch of the show, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with that.
I need to rewatch it once. So I guess
this will be good for you then.
Yeah,
so
that's perfect.
We'll spend end of August, all of September doing just a week by week rewatch of season 1 of The Mandalorian in preparation for season 2 in October. So, all right, well, that'll do it for this evening's Deucecast Extra. Thank you for everybody for participating. Thank you for everybody coming and watching us live. We are few, but we are strong. And I really appreciate you guys participating in this. It keeps us wanting to do it, and hopefully we can get more on. And I hope everybody has a good evening.
Good night, guys.